Hello, everyone. This is Cami.
And this is Steph. This is the Wardalls Podcast.
This episode is our last chance to shine the spotlight on a fellow woman wargamer before Adepticon kicks off in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
So today we have with us Gina Dicksen on the show, who I met 2 years ago at Adepticon in 2023. Gina, welcome to the Wardalls Podcast.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you on here. So I met you, like I said, in 2023. Me and my husband were getting ready to play Marvel Trivia. And we were like, we really just want to find a group of people that look like they want to have fun and are super cool. And we walked up to this group of people and we were like, hey, can we join your team? And it was Gina, her husband Andrew, and their friends Peter and Dustin. And we had so much fun that year. We ended up winning. On Wednesday night, Marvel Trivia. It was a blast.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was my first Adepticon medal, so.
That is even better.
Yes, they gave medals out for trivia, so.
That's so cool.
So ever since then, we have met up with the same group, and this will be our third year doing Marvel Trivia with the same team.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a Facebook chat and we quiz each other. Although this year, I'm going to be honest, I think that we probably need to be doing that a little bit more because right now we are lacking in the preparation department, I think.
Yeah. Well, we did have Born Miniatures had a live stream on Twitch Friday night, and you guys were in the chat, and we were chatting back and forth and quizzing each other on and off on the live stream. That was so much fun.
Yeah,
so glad you guys joined that.
I was painting, so it was good too. It was good hobby time. It was awesome.
Good hobby time is always awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll have to spend the next week and a half or so quizzing each other and start prepping some more.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Gina, how many years have you been attending Adepticon?
I think my first Adepticon, it was either 2017 or 2018. And I went as a spectator. My husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, was in AOS teams tournament, and that was before it was a 4-man team. It was a 2-man team, so he was on a team with his friend Peter. So I went, I watched them, I hung out, I bought some stuff, I had originally been painting Warhammer 40K when I first got into Warhammer in general, and then realized shortly after that I don't really like 40K. So I was hobbying and stuff at that point, but hadn't really found what I was super into,
Right.
But then I bought my first Age of Sigmar army, and the rest is history.
That's awesome. So, did you sign up for any events at the con this year?
This year, yes. I am doing Age of Sigmar teams with my husband, our friend Peter, and our friend Dustin, who are also the 4 other members besides Stephanie and Brendan on our trivia team. So yeah, this year we thought of our theme last year at Adepticon, and then have been working on it this year. I'm pretty behind though. I have a lot of painting to do before I get there, so that's what I'll be doing for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, so we have that going on. We really like the games library. Honestly, we tend to specifically make time to play new games and stuff like that because we just really love board games a lot. But other than that, I actually don't think I'm signed up for trivia, obviously. But I think those might be the only 2 events I signed up for this year. I think so, because my husband's doing Wildless Exodus one day, and then he was going to do just a charity tournament, but they changed it, so I don't think he's doing that anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, just 2 events for me, which I'm okay with. I'm very busy right now, so that's probably all I can handle anyway.
Pretty low key and maybe just a little bit more relaxation time for you.
Yes, exactly. And well, that's the thing is I mean, I have 2 toddlers at home, so I will happily take a little bit of sleeping in and moseying around, because I don't get to do that ever. So I will be glad to do it.
Yeah. Well, you'll also have to join our in-person hobby hang that I'm holding Thursday night.
Yes, I won't, I don't have anything going on, so I think I will definitely go to that.
Awesome. So, as a husband and wife team, what kind of approach do you and Andrew take when coming up with designs and ideas for your armies and displays?
I think we tend to toss a lot of ideas around before we commit to anything. Obviously, we're hanging out and talking all the time, so I think that um, our original ideas tend to evolve by the time they actually get executed, But as far as
Mm-hmm.
what approach we take, it's just usually we're just sitting down and one of us will get an idea and then we end up on a tangent in which we start planning on stuff like that, So
Mm-hmm.
or another thing we hobby together a lot, so if we're both painting, it'd be like, hey, what do you think about this? I just got this idea, you should do this, and then it
Mm-hmm.
just depends on if you have the time to do it or not. But yeah, we're pretty collaborative in general. I don't mind. I'll take constructive criticism or otherwise any day of the week, so
Yeah.
we work pretty well together. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I would hope, we're married, so
You're stuck with me.
right.
So, you said that you came up with your idea for this year's theme last year at Adepticon. What kind of
hmm
sparked those ideas?
I think that something that's always interested me is when, you're walking around, you're looking at the other armies. I always thought that the ones that had like a theme were just like super cool, like something very
Mm-hmm.
specific. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you guys what our theme is, so I'm not going to because
That's
I don't
okay.
want my teammates to get mad at me. But basically, we thought of this. One of us said, "Oh, wouldn't this be so cool if if I did this with this army?" And basically, it was like one of the Warhammer characters we're like, what if you painted them as this character in like pop culture, essentially, from a time of pop culture. And then someone was like, oh my gosh, and then you could do this army as this, and you know what I mean? So it kind of evolved like that.
Yeah, all the ideas just kind of snowball.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's really
Yep, and then
cool.
you just got to figure out how many of them you're actually able to do. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know for me and my husband, one thing we like to do is based on like whether it's a prize or something that we buy at the con, we look at our pile of stuff that we bring home and we try to make our theme or our army list based off what we brought home. So, like, for
Oh,
example,
that's cool.
last year we won, like, we got boxes from uh, the MCP team's event last year, and I picked up the Brotherhood affiliation box, and we picked up another X-Men box. We got an X-Men box in our swag bag, and we traded swag bag stuff for another X-Men box. We were like, well, I guess we're doing X-Men next year.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty
so
awesome,
that's
actually.
so that's kind of how we make our choices as far as like affiliation lists and stuff like that. So all
Yeah, we
right.
we yeah
So,
we like.
oh,
Oh, go ahead. Go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we basically in this situation we took something and said, oh, this army would fit with this really well, So like I don't know, we'll have to see. I'll have to post about it or something so everybody can see what it
Yeah,
is. But
we'll
it's
we'll
fun.
try
It's a good
to.
time.
What day is your team event on?
It's on Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
hmm
In between events, I'm gonna try to find it and come see your guys' stuff because I'm super intrigued now, and I really want to see what you guys came up with.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. If I can get it all painted in time, we will see.
I have faith in you.
I have faith in me too, but it just depends on how good it's gonna look.
Right. So, what particular hobby or game has you like hyper focused right now?
Well, honestly, right now it's my stuff. It's Warhammer for Adepticon. But other than that, I don't know. I've been playing like I was telling I was telling Stephanie on their stream the other day that I've been playing like video games. So I recently played Harry Potter Legacy. I actually like played that 100% to completion. I know that's a video game, but that's
Oh,
kind
wow.
of the gaming I've been doing. And then actually we have a game. This is not like it's not a crazy strategy game. Oh, you know what? Betrayal at House on the Hill, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been into that lately. Really fun. I enjoy that. It's not too hard to like pop in and do a game of it, which I
Yeah.
appreciate. Sometimes I'm tired, I'm a mom. I'm doing a lot of stuff during the day, so my brain doesn't always want to brain after 8 o'clock. So sometimes, just doing something simple is really nice. I've always liked the game Hero Realms. That's like super fun. And another one that we actually discovered at Adepticon last year that we just picked up is called Scurvy Dice. And you basically just roll a bunch of dice and you have like a pirate ship and you got to like shoot at other pirate ships and then try to take their treasure, but it's like pretty easy. It's just a dice game. And I've
Oh
been
my
enjoying that a lot
gosh.
lately too.
You're gonna have to tell Brendan about that because his current obsession is blood and plunder, and that's nothing but pirate ships and
Yes,
crew.
Andrew and I've watched that before.
And I believe he would enjoy that game a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it's really fun, and it's honestly like, again, not it, you can it's a pretty good one to introduce, like people that might not necessarily play more difficult games or whatever. It's like a good
Mm-hmm.
introduction into stuff like that for them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So how did you get into Warhammer and Age of Sigmar?
So something actually I have always been we had in our mall a Warhammer store. And I had always wanted to go in it because I've always been a fantasy girly, a D&D girly. Like that's just something that I've always enjoyed, science fiction. I love
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars, like just anything like that. And so we had a Warhammer store in our mall. And I never went in it because there were always guys in there. I was a teenager, you know what I mean? It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teenage, like a 16-year-old teenage girl. I'm not going in there by myself, and none of my
Yeah,
friends were into that. You know what I mean? So it's something that I had always been interested. And then actually, when I met my husband Andrew, he had played 40K, so I watched him. He taught me how to play a game one time, like we were hanging out. And then after that, basically, I was like, oh no, this is definitely kind of my thing. So I actually had bought myself a start collecting Dark Eldar box. I started
Mm-hmm.
painting it. I sent him like a Snapchat of me painting it. Didn't know much about anything, just cursory Googling. Like I said, I did didn't really end up liking 40K very much. Some people love 40K for this reason, and I actually think the most recent edition is different than this. But back when I started playing, you had to pick like every tiny thing, like your gun, and then like all, and it took you like an hour to even make like your list. So
Mm-hmm.
by the time you're playing, you're 5 hours in of this game that you don't have 5 hours to play. So something that I really enjoyed about Age of Sigmar, is that it was a quicker start. So I actually had bought a Sylvaneth start collecting box. I told my, again, husband, boyfriend at the time about it, and basically he actually bought his start collecting box after I had. He was like, well, if you're going to do this, and then our friend Peter was going to do it, he was like, I guess I got to do it too. And now really all we play is Age of Sigmar. So
That's great.
yeah, that's how I got into it.
Well, have you ever found any difficulty in being heard in gaming or just in the hobby in general?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. I don't I feel that most of my experiences have been pretty good actually. I've been pretty lucky even after I had started playing teams. I've almost always had at least one female opponent, which is always nice to see. I love playing
Oh,
other women.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or you know what I mean? Or even maybe if they weren't my opponent, they were in the team that we were against, but maybe they're on the other table or whatever. But for the most part, I don't feel that I've had too hard of a time. I think that sometimes people maybe wouldn't approach me, probably because they're like nervous too. You know what I mean? There's just been times where I think that maybe like somebody didn't really know how to communicate with me properly, but I don't know if I've ever had a super huge difficulty. I know definitely there's been times, especially like more casual games, where maybe I was playing with my husband and we were teammates or whatever, and they would direct their questions at him or whatever. But I'm kind of a person that, like, I'll just answer and insert myself. You know what I mean? So as far as
Yeah,
like a lot of difficulty, no, I don't really feel that it's been too bad. Just
that's
just in
good.
general, it's very male dominated. So I guess just
Right.
getting my foot in the door has been probably the hardest thing.
Yeah. What is some advice that you wish you would have been given as a younger or new painter?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, basically, I would say thinner coats are your friend. I think that subassembly is your friend. Probably a good bra, honestly. Another thing that's helped me a lot is Andrew just did this for me. My husband bought me it's like a pillow that people that do manicures like use so that they can like put somebody's hands up. But basically, I have like super shaky hands, so when I paint, I'll often take my wrists and like shove them against the table so my hand doesn't shake. But then I'm
Mm-hmm.
hunched over like Gollum, and so I feel like, yeah, having good posture. I would get yourself a magnifying light, like it seems ridiculous, but it'll help, because it's just the squinting and the hunched overness can get you real bad. And then you're just not
Mm-hmm.
wanting to do it because even if you're loving what you're doing, your body's like, no, this is, once you're over 30, you can't just be like sitting in a position like that all the time.
Tell me
Oh,
about
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what kind of things do you do to get motivated to paint or play games or anything like that?
I like to put on a good podcast. I like to maybe partake in a beverage, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just something to get you loose. I like, I tend to, if I overthink anything, I'm not going to want to do it. So I think something that just helps me is sitting down, putting some paint on and just trying not to think about it. And then
Absolutely.
obviously anytime you get like something new, I'm like, oh, and then I can do this and then I can do this. And then of course, you got,
Yeah, you
like,
get
I know,
super
like,
excited about it.
yeah, last year while I was at Adepticon, I bought an entire new army. It is still in the box.
Oh
It's not
gosh.
the army I'm playing this year. I am playing a new army this year, so that's exciting. Not the army that I bought last year though. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, it'll come out eventually. I'm just not there yet. So,
Yeah. So you mentioned that you listen to some podcasts. What are some of the podcasts or maybe streamers or YouTube accounts that you use for that inspiration?
honestly, I don't watch a whole lot of hobbying content. I'm not gonna lie. I do
Okay.
really enjoy Bailey Sarian. I'm a true crime girly through and through, so I
Okay.
love a true crime podcast. Like I said, I play D&D, so I really enjoy. I've been going through and listening to Adventuring Academy by Dimension 20. That's their podcast name, and then they have, I don't know why am I Fantasy High is like their thing that kind of got them on the map. So I've been listening to that with my husband. He had listened to it previously, but now he's going back with me and listening to it. And I really love Disney, so I listen to some Disney podcasts as well. But yeah, nothing I listen to really has to do with hobbying. I just like to you know do something that's gonna clear out my mind so I'm not thinking too hard.
Those are all still legit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, are there any other games that you're interested in looking into?
Yeah, you know what? I have been sort of wanting to play Star Wars Legion or X-Wing. Um I don't really know which one of those I would like to do more. I guess my biggest issue with Star Wars games and stuff, which I'm sure people would argue against this with me, but it's like if I want to like paint Darth Vader, like I know he's black, but like I want to paint him purple, you know what I mean? But
We'll do it.
but then yeah, and that's the crux of it, right? Because like I also am like a very like serious Star Wars fan, so like I would want him to look like how he's supposed to look, but then everybody's gonna have him painted that way, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I guess that's something I have
Yeah.
to get over. It's a me thing, not a game thing.
Just by
Um,
There
two.
there's less like variability with how they should look versus let's get creative and make it look completely different. Like,
Right. Right.
because you
like,
want it
that's
to look
something I'll
like the
do.
character.
Exactly, because that's something I'll do in like a Warhammer situation. Is like, if something's painted a certain way on the box, I guarantee you I will not paint it that way. I do not want it to look like all the other ones. You know what I mean? That's like an intentional thing for me. But I guess when it's like something you're a big fan of and it's got all of this like lore and like literature and like, you know, it has a movie and all that, it's just like harder for me to bring myself to do that.
That's fair. Now, I have not learned the new Legion rules, but I know, Cammie, you play a lot of Legion.
I play a lot of Legion.
Do you like it? Well,
I
obviously,
love
if you
it.
play a lot, I would think.
I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a really good game. There's some complexity to it, but it's. I played 40K for 29 years, and I do not regret switching over. It's just such a better game, in my opinion.
That's awesome.
All right, who's ready for some MCU trivia?
Let's do it.
I'm always ready.
So we're doing a little.
Are you? Are you ready?
Who knows today?
So we're gonna do something a little different. I know our listeners are used to these rapid fire questions, but we're gearing up for Adepticon, so we're gonna do some MCU. It's MCU specific trivia because we are practicing and studying for Marvel trivia at Adepticon. So I think
I could have gone so deep if you hadn't put the MCU on it. I could have gone.
I know you would
so
have,
deep.
and I probably wouldn't have been able to answer those. So we'll see what we brought here. Cammie, you want to go first?
Sure. The reality stone that almost destroyed Jane Foster was what? Which one? Or what was it called?
Oh, the ether.
There you go.
There you go. Yes. Yeah, the red one.
The red stone. Okay. In the movie The Marvels, what mode of transportation is used to help everyone escape from the space station? Yeah.
Am I allowed to answer?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
there were jump points, right?
No, to escape from the station. It was a shuttle, wasn't it? Or a pod? Really?
Do you want the answer?
Well, obviously, because we're both
It was the
wrong.
Florkins. Just let them eat you.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Because they like make they go through the Florkins.
The cats eat them.
Cat's name. No. Yes.
All right, Gina, hit us with one.
Okay, because we're on the War Draws podcast, I only wrote down questions that have women in them.
Perfect.
What is okay? This is let's see. All right, okay. What animal did Agatha transform into her familiar in WandaVision? There is technically two answers to this. I'm talking about the first one, but you can give me either answer.
Was it a rabbit?
One of them was a rabbit, yes. Senior Scratchy.
What was the other one? I don't know if I remember the other one.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
It was a cicada.
Huh. Okay, apparently I need to rewatch that.
Well, that's awesome. I do too.
Right.
I do too. So, what did Tony Stark not realize that Pepper Potts was allergic to and bought a whole bunch of?
Oh, strawberries.
Yes.
In Far From Home, what necklace does Peter buy for MJ?
I have to picture it visually. I'm such a visual
it's a
person.
little black. Was it an orchid?
Oh no, it's a what's that flower called?
Yes,
dahlia.
The black
dahlia. Is that what
dahlia.
they're called? Yeah.
That's what it was.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. What was Monica Rambeau's call sign when she was pilot in Sword? This is actually also Maria Rambeau's Air Force call sign.
Oh my gosh. My husband's going to kill me if I don't answer this correctly. I am drawing a blank. Holy crap. It's like photon or something like that. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Thank God.
Good job. Good job.
What goddess did Rene Russo play in the MCU?
If this is from
Thor's mother.
I was gonna say if this is from Eternals, I have no idea. Thor's.
Oh my God, what's Thor's mom name? What is her name? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Oh, Frigga,
Oh,
right?
gosh.
Frigga?
Frigga. That's
Good
it.
job.
Frigga.
That's it.
Mhm.
Good job.
I'm like, what's her name? That's always my problem. I'm like, will I recall this fast enough? I can
Yeah.
get it, but I gotta like go through the Rolodex.
In the show Hawkeye, what does Yelena cook for Kate Bishop when she breaks into Kate's apartment?
Mac and cheese.
Yes. Bonus points if you know what she put on top of the mac and cheese.
Hot sauce, because that's what goes on in mac and cheese.
Yes. Good job, Cammie.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That when she did that, I was like, I sat up and pointed. I was like, that's how I eat it. Not with that much hot sauce, mind you.
Yeah.
Okay, what is the numerical designation of America Chavez's home universe?
Oh.
Doctor Strange.
No,
That's a good one. I have no idea.
I can't get
not-
away from 616. But
I know, right?
That's
It's
the
not
core.
right, but-
That's the prime, so
Right.
to speak. So
It's not like Earth 42 or something like that, is it?
it's got a designation like 616 or 892 or something like that.
It's Earth 838.
838.
So you were right. It's
okay.
it's like 616 in the sense that it's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So quick shout out to Adam Warrock for his song titled 616.
Oh.
Which is a great nerdcore song if you're into nerdcore. Okay, so that's what, 1, 2, 3. So we're on 4.
Yep.
All right. What actor starred in a DC movie in the 80s but went on to play a villain in Spider-Man Homecoming?
Oh,
Homecoming was.
oh my God, why can't I not think of his name right now?
Is it Willem
Michael
Dafoe?
Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like the girl's dad in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And he
I was
was
trying
he
to
was, what did he
remember
play in
who was the
Batman?
villain.
He played I don't remember. I just know he's been in.
He was Batman. Yeah.
He
was Batman.
He was Batman. Yeah.
Duh.
And interesting bit of trivia. People hated him when he was announced. They said he was a terrible. Yeah, they said he was a terrible choice. They were like, you can't have.
He's one of my favorite Batmans.
Right, everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite. I mean, they brought him back. You know what? 30 years later, they brought him back. But yeah, he was a comedic actor at the time, and everybody's like, he can't do Batman. What are they thinking?
All right. In the show Loki, what does TVA stand for?
Time Variance Authority.
Yes.
That run of comics by Walt Simonson was one of my favorite arcs. When they did that in Loki, I lost my mind.
Oh yeah, Loki was lovely too. Loki was great to watch.
Yes, I loved that show.
It was a Fantastic Four arc, and I really, really, really hoped that the show would end with us getting. I mean, we did get Fantastic Four, but I thought they would tie it in. So just such a great arc. That there was one actual issue, if I can nerd out a little bit.
Go for it.
There was an issue of Fantastic Four where he fights Doctor Doom in time, and you have to read the main part of the page in order. But over on the right side of the page is where they're fighting, and at the bottom of the page there is a clock, and you have to flip back and forth through the pages and follow the clock in order for it to make sense. It was the
Oh, that's
coolest.
cool.
It was the
That's-
coolest comic book issue I had seen at the time. It was fantastic.
That kind of reminds me of Lilia's power in Agatha All Along,
Mhm.
where she keeps having these flashes and visions, but we don't see them all make sense until like the last episode.
Yes. Oh, that was so cool too.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
guess I need to
the
go
best.
watch that series.
Oh my God, it's the best. I will be watching
Agatha
that. I'm
was
gonna
so
watch that
good.
before Adepticon just because I can. I don't probably would know
Yeah.
more about that than I would a lot of the other MCU
Same.
shows, but like, oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm trying to get caught up on Wheel of Time right now. So
Oh yeah, my husband and I watch that too. Oh yeah,
All
I'm
right,
so
Gina,
behind.
your
Yeah,
go.
you're up.
Okay, well, I have a Agatha All Along question.
okay.
Perfect.
What unique protective spell does Alice Gulliver cast to shield the coven from demonic entities?
Oh, I don't know.
And I'm not gonna know. I just
Yeah.
outed myself by saying I hadn't seen it.
Yes, it's the Aegis of Hecate.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right. When he was all loaded up on truth serum in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Luis reveals that his Abuelita had a jukebox full of songs by what band? I'm sorry, what artist?
Um,
He was the lead singer of the Smiths.
I don't know. That's a good question though, because I'm.
what is the name? What is
He
the name of the
talks
lead singer?
so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, isn't what's the name of him? Morrissey?
Morrissey, you got it.
Mhm.
Good
Yeah,
job.
I only got that though
Good
because
job.
of the Smiths clue, not
Right.
because I knew what he referenced in the movie.
All right, I've got another Agatha question for you.
Ooh, okay.
Which group of witches are hunting down Agatha?
Oh, what are they called? Is it 6? I can't remember how many of them there are. I would know the name if I could remember. Let me think for 1 second.
Sure.
It's like an alliteration too. I'm gonna be mad that I don't. I'm gonna hear it and I'm gonna go. I knew that, but lay it on me because I can't remember the name of them right now.
It's the Salem Seven.
Salem 7. See, I was like, is it 6 or 7?
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
close. You were hitting all around it.
Yeah, dude, those are creepy in there. They're creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. What does the trophy say that Cassie Lang got for her father, Scott Lang?
Was it best grandma ever?
Very close.
Yeah.
World's greatest grandma.
World's greatest grandma.
Yeah.
I knew it was grandma something.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, Gina, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for hopping on and letting us ask you questions.
Yeah, anytime.
The War Dolls is a community of geeky girls that are here to support and inspire one another. We can be found online at thewardolls.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Discord. And the links to all of these can be found in our Instagram, and it's at the War Dolls.
And if you're interested in checking out the community, join us over on Discord, where you can chat and hang out with us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time during our hobby hang. We are also going to be doing an in-person hobby hang at Adepticon. So if you're at the con and you want to come hang out with some awesome chicks, we will be in the lobby of the Hyatt Regency.
And as always, if you have any questions for our guests or topics that you would like for us to discuss, you can message us on Facebook, Instagram, or email us at thewardolls@gmail.com.
War Dolls, assemble. Just let them eat you.